Today we are doing lesson 14, volume in the real world. The area of the base of the sandbox is 9.5 feet and the volume of the sandbox is 7 1/8 feet. Determine the height. So we know the area of the base and we know the volume. So remember we've done volume equals the area of the base times height. Or they used B. I don't remember which one they used. So that is what we're doing. If we set this up, so we'd have 7 1/8 feet cubed equals 9 1/2 feet squared times the height. So we would be using the algebra that we learned in the last module to help us solve this by doing it backwards. So to undo the multiplication between the area of the base and the height, we would need to divide by the area of the height. So I would do, let's change really quick, 7 1/8 into an improper fraction. So 7 times 8 is 56. 56 plus 1 is 57. So this would be 57/8. And 9 1/2 would be 2 times 9 is 18 plus 1 equals 19. So 19 halves. So 57/8 feet cubed divided by 19 halves feet squared. And that will tell us our height. So to do fraction division, remember we keep the first one the same. And then we turn it into multiplication and we flip the second one. So it'd be 2/19 feet squared now. Okay, so let's see if we can cross cancel. Can 8 and 2 simplify? Yep. We can divide them both by 2, so 2 would become 1 and 8 would become 4. 19 times 57. So let's try 19 times what number would give us a 7 in our one spot? 3. So that'd be 27. 3 times 1 plus 2 is 5. So 19 would be 1 and 57 would become 3. So I multiply 3 times 1. I'll change these colors, highlight, so you can see what we have left. Okay, so 3 times 1 is 3, and 4 times 1 is 4. And feet cubed, if we look up here, feet cubed divided by feet squared would leave us with 3/4 feet. So our height is equal to 3/4 feet. The sandbox was filled with sand, but after the kids played, some of the sand spilled out. Now the sand is at a height of 1.5 feet. Determine the volume of the sand after the children played in it. So the area of the base is going to be the same. It's still going to be 19 halves feet squared. So we're finding our new volume times 1.5 feet. So 19 times 1 is 19. And 2 times 2 is 4.
Can I get the vacuum to my office?
Feet squared times feet is feet cubed. And then how many 4s are in 19? 4 times 4 is 16. 19 minus 16 is 3. So it'd be 4 3/4 feet cubed is our new volume. Okay, next page. Okay, now we have a special order sandbox for the archaeology digging area at the zoo. Determine the volume of this. Okay, so remember when we were cutting shapes on a coordinate grid, or not even necessarily on a coordinate plane, but we were cutting shapes to find the area when we had weird shapes? We are going to be doing that exact same thing here. So we are going to draw a line to make, that is not correct. It's okay, your line doesn't have to be perfect, but it should look like an extension here. So let's just pretend that we cut right there, okay? So we'll label this number 1 and this one number 2. So we'll find the volume of each one and then we'll add them together. So the volume of 1, well, my length is 2 3/4. So let's turn this quickly into an improper fraction. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 is 11. So we have 11/4. So we have 11. Hold on. I want to move. Oops. I didn't mean to get all of my work gone. Okay. So volume of number 1. So the length is 11/4 meters times the width is 2 meters, so that'd be 2 over 1, times, we don't have a height here, but would the height be the same all the way around? Yes. So 1/5 meter is our height. Okay, can we cross cancel anything? Yes, our 2 and our 4. Our 2 would become a 1 and our 4 would become a 2. So 11 times 1 times 1 equals 11. And 2 times 1 times 5 is 10. So it'd be 11/10 meters cubed. All right, now the volume of the second one. So this number we're not going to use, just like we didn't use this one, because of how we cut it. If we would have cut it differently, then we would have needed those numbers. So let's turn this into an improper fraction. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So this would be 9/4. And then this one, 4 times 3 is 12 plus 1 equals 13. So it'd be 13/3. So our volume of 2 is 9/4 meters times 13/3 meters times 1/5 meters. All right, can we cross cancel anything here? So let's start with our first fraction. Does 9 cross cancel with anything? Yes, the 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, 9 divided by 3 is 3. Can the 4 cross cancel with 13 or 1? No. And that leaves us with 13, can't go to either one, and 5 can't go to any of them. So we have 13 times 3, and that's 39. 39 times 1 is still 39. And now we have 4 times 5 times 1 is 20 meters cubed. So now we need to add these together. Okay, so we have a problem. It looks like I should not have simplified this before. I should have just multiplied across. And then we would have had common denominators. So if we go back up here, and I'm going to rewrite 11/4 times 2 over 1 times 1/5. And let's see if we get common denominators. 11 times 2 is 22, times 1 is still 22, and then 4 times 5 is 20, times 1 is 20. Okay, so, and the label would still be meters cubed. So 22/20 and 39/20, and we need to add them together. So 22/20 meters cubed plus 39/20 meters cubed. So we do not add the denominators. We only add the numerators. So that'd be 39 plus 22 is 11 and 6, so it's 61 over 20 meters cubed, which equals 3 1/20 meters cubed. So that's our volume of the entire thing. All right, the volume of the rectangular prism is 35 over 15 yards cubed. Determine the missing measure using a one-step equation. Okay, so this is like what we were doing before. We know that 35 over 15 yards cubed is going to be equal to 4/5 yards squared. 4/5 yards squared times the height. So we need to divide both sides by 4/5 yards, and that would just give us height at the end. So that'd be 35, sorry guys, 35 15 yards cubed divided by 4/5 yards squared equals the height. 35 over 15 times 5/4. Cross cancel. 5 becomes 1, 15 becomes 3. 35 times 1 is 35. 3 times 4 is 12. So our height equals 35/12 yards. Next one. Determine the volume. Okay, so they're giving us the volume again. So 45/6 meters cubed. This time we need to determine the area of the base. So we'll use B for base, and they gave us the height is 9.5 meters. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to divide. So 45/6 meters cubed divided by 9.5 meters equals the area of the base. So keep the 45/6, make it multiplication, and flip the second number. Cross cancel. 45 becomes 5, 9 becomes 1, 6 becomes 3, and 2 becomes 1. 1 times 5 is 5. 3 times 1 is 3. And that's meters squared. So that is our area of base. Okay. Number 2, Marissa's fish tank needs to hold more water. Determine how much water the tank can hold. So this is the volume of the whole thing. So that would be 3/4 times 1/4 times 3/5. So 3/4 meters times 1/4 meter times 3/5 meters equals 3 times 1 times 3 is 9, and 5 times 4 is 20, times 4 is 80 meters cubed. If I can make it a cubed. There we go. Okay. Now determine how much water is already in the tank. So we would use this as our height. So come on, why isn't it writing? 3/4 meters times 1/4 meter times 3/8 of a meter. So 3 times 1 times 3 is 9. And 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 8 is 6 times 8 is 48. 8 times 1 plus 4 is 12, so 128 meters cubed. So that's how much is already in there. How much more water is needed to fill the tank? So we need to figure out what this measurement is here. So that would be 3/5 minus 3/8. We need a common denominator here. So the easiest one to get to would be 40. So 5 times 8 is 40. 8 times 3 is 24 minus, we would do 40. So 8 times 5 to get to 40. 3 times 5 is 15. 24 minus 15 is 9. 9/40 is what our new height would be. So we would do 3/4 meters times 1/4 meter times 9/40 of a meter. And 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 9 is 27. And 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 40 would be 640 meters cubed. Okay. This next page, we would cut again like we did on that other one. You could cut here, or you could cut here. These ones you could cut like this, or like this.